Welcome to our podcast. It's about deep breathing.
I was listening or reading or watching, I don't remember anymore, this thing where it said like, humming increases the carbon or no, the nitrous oxide in your body, and it has all these benefits to like calm you down.
Humming?
Yeah.
So are you just like walking around your house all day like...
No, I just thought about it like right now when you were breathing.
Does it have to be like in song, or can I just ohm like a monk?
Yeah, that's like why they do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's so smart.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So let's all take a moment to... I'm Tamara.
I'm Rel.
And this is Fearful Friends Podcast.
Boom, 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 boom.
Ah.
Now I just want to hum all day.
Yeah, you have to do it with your mouth closed. Like, just hum through your nose. Yeah. Science. Okay, I'm going to have to cut you off there.
What's up? What's new?
It's like Sunday night. I have to go to work tomorrow, and I just want to like drive off the face of the earth. How about you?
About the same.
Okay.
I go in earlier than you do, though. So does that make you feel better?
No.
My nights end at like 8 o'clock, and I have to go bed.
Yeah. It's almost 6 o'clock, bro.
Don't do that. My food's not going to be done in the slow cooker for another 58 minutes.
Oh, no.
I know. We're going to be cutting it real close. Then I have to shred the pork. There's a whole thing.
That's what I'm smelling, pork.
You said it smelled like fart.
I've never been fond
I'm offended.
I've never been fond of the smell of pork.
I'm making pulled pork. It's with barbecue sauce and Italian dressing. It's going to be really good. Zesty.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm proud of you.
Some vegetables in there.
Oh, good.
Matt might. He's going to notice.
Yeah.
But they were really, really finely diced.
You should just blend them.
I should, but they were frozen solid. So I was like, just dump it in and maybe they'll just like melt away into nothing. I'm really excited for that. I've taken those out of the freezer probably like 6 times, and then something always comes up and I'm like, okay, well, I guess it's going to go back in the freezer.
Your life is thrilling.
Isn't it? It really takes a whole week of planning just to make one meal.
I know.
You gotta take it out of the freezer. It takes forever to thaw out. And then by the time it does, you're like, I don't feel like cooking anymore.
Plus, you have to make sure you have all the ingredients and figure out what day you can actually cook it.
I'm like really doing this shit where I'm really trying to just clear everything out. I can almost see the bottom of my deep freeze.
Wow.
Which is good. That was like some pretty old meat. So I'm trying to use all the old stuff first. And I used up 2 expired bottles of like barbecue sauce and Italian dressing.
Yum.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Expiration dates are all fake.
They're just a suggestion.
But they are. The expiration date on bottles like that, sell by date or whatever, it means it's only a third of the way through its actual life. Look it up.
Did you read that on Facebook?
No.
Just messing with you.
No. Anyways, haters, I'm saving a lot of money. What are you doing? And I'm not throwing anything away anymore.
I really hate my job, and I'm really starting to feel icky about it again. Maybe I need my meds upped.
You keep saying that.
I know.
And yet you never up them.
I know. I have an appointment tomorrow morning, actually.
Maybe you should talk to them about your feelings.
Mm-hmm. I won't lie this time. Everything's great.
I'm okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. Be real. Be real with them. They know you're lying. But they can't legally be like, no, you need more.
I know when you're lying.
Get that finger out of my face.
So how was your week?
It It was fine.
Did you get in any fights?
No, Tamara. We had inventory this week.
Okay.
It was bad.
For who?
Us. It was really, really bad. They canceled it. Yeah. Have you ever had that happen in your whole retail career?
No.
Yeah. It started out with like, the company, the company, it's the same one we used at Winn-Dixie.
Mm-hmm.
And they showed up, and the lead has been the same lead that we've had for like the last 3 inventories. And yet she acted like this was her first time ever doing the job or being in our store. She mapped everything in the store wrong. So like vitamins got counted under fucking like baked goods, and beer and wine got counted under lotion. It was like everything was so fucked up. Whenever we do inventory, I help the bulk manager because she has like 160 buckets that need to be like hand weighed, and then we have to like hand key them into the scanners and all that. Oop. Pulled my ears off. And so we're doing all that, and we walk past one of the aisles, and there's like one little count ticket on it, but the aisle's pristine.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't look like it's been touched at all. And I'm like, no. So we go to like talk to the lead about it, and she's just like, oh yeah, that's been done. It's been counted. I'm like, can you show me the counts? No, it's in there. Has it been verified yet?
They have to show it to you.
Yep, it's been verified. Okay, well, can you show me the verification? Oh, it's in there. Don't worry about it. It's in there. So, like, I told my store manager about this weird shit, and I was like, go look at that aisle. Like, when somebody's counted something, because you literally have to move it back over because everything is like 8 inches to the left, when they're done. So by the end of it, we were like showing like $20,000 discrepancies in vitamins and, $15,000 discrepancies in like beer and wine. And then like that particular aisle that I noticed, we found out that the counter didn't even use his hands to count. He literally just eyeballed it, and they didn't use ladders to count anything that was on the top shelf. They literally just used their hand, felt around, and was like, it's about 3. And the entire freezers had to be recounted because they were also not like physically touched.
Oh my God.
They just like eyeballed everything, which means basically they only counted like the front half of each shelf.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, all of the numbers were so off that my store manager was just like, yeah, fuck this. And she was just like, we're scrapping this. It's trash, whatever. So we might have to do it all over again in like 3 weeks. And then we have another one scheduled in November.
Do they like not understand that like those are people's jobs on the line? Why are you just like
that? I don't think they do.
That's your only job.
Yeah. To count things.
Cunt. That's my job.
To come up in here and cunt around.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was a first.
Jeez.
And I'm not excited about redoing it all over again, especially because like the bulk manager literally has to like the amount of work that she has to do in prepping. And that's the other thing. The amount of prepping that we did for them, like as a store, like, normally they count all the end caps and all this shit. We pre-counted everything for them. Every single like side stack, every single end cap, every single pallet. The flavors were each counted and listed. They didn't have to fucking do anything, and they still fucked it up.
Are they going to make sure it's a different team?
I don't know. I still don't even know if we're actually going to do like a redo. Like it seems stupid because then we're going to have to do it another 2 months later.
Wow.
And it's just so much work. Like, ugh. Anyways, so that happened on Friday, which was just like, whatever. I was like, I'm done with this day. I'm going home and taking a depression nap. And I did.
Me too. And then you texted me while I was sleeping, and I woke up and I was like, oh, I was supposed to go to Rel's house today.
You texted me. I didn't text you, did I?
You did. You're like, hey, you coming down today? And I'm like,
oh, yeah, I did, what? I guess. You're like, what? It was 8:00 by the time I heard from you, and I was like, no, I'm going to bed.
I'm here.
It's too late now. I've lost my steam. I had none to begin with. How's your week?
Boring. That's it.
Okay.
Just boring.
No fun stories. No mean customers.
I mean, a lot of stupid ones.
Yeah. I know you've been texting me a lot of stupid people situations.
I just have some anger issues, okay? It's
Well,
not my fault.
To be fair, that Post-it note that you sent me a picture of, that was not English scrawled on that piece of paper.
They do that
How are you
all
supposed
the
to know
time.
what they want?
And it's like the person that's in front of me didn't even write the note. They're like a runner.
They didn't even happen to look at it.
So they don't really understand it either. So I just have to like go by whatever cash they hand me that they need change for and like try to make it make sense. And I'm like, there you go. You don't know either.
That must be fun.
And my arch nemesis, they do it to me too.
Oh, yeah.
They wrote 1/4 equals $40. And I'm like,
What?
what is that? He's like, quarters. I'm like,
What?
like 1/4. He wrote like 1/4. 1/4 equals 40, which meant he want $40 in quarters. I'm like,
Oh, because 1/4 is a quarter.
Yeah.
Who the fuck? It's 25 cents.
Right, 25 cents.
Nobody puts 1/4 when they're talking about the coin quarter.
right. Or just make a Q and write 40.
Wow. People.
And like another thing, people
I
be
knew
like,
there was something in there.
they'll like be getting money and say they're getting like $225 back. So you're thinking in your head, okay, I need $225. I'm like, hey, how would you like your cash? And they're like, okay, I need one $50 bill. And then they're thinking, okay, I need $40 in fives. So they're like, $40 in fives is...
So that's $90 altogether.
And they're like, it's 8 fives. So then they tell me 8 fives. And I'm like, so now I have to do that math backwards in my head and figure out how much in fives you want. And
why
they're
couldn't
like,
they just say 40 and 5?
I don't know. I don't know why people constantly, they always will tell me I need 11 fives or like, and then they're like, how much do I have left? And I'm like, I don't know because you did the math backwards. So now I have to redo your math and then subtract for you. I don't know why you do it that way.
Maybe they think they're making it easier for you?
Yeah, but like, why?
It doesn't make sense.
They
People are
always do that. They will
potatoes.
always be like, or then they write me notes, 10 times 20s. I'm like,
Do you want 10 20s or do you want $200?
that's the same thing. But still, why don't you just write 200?
Oh God, I'm one of them.
Just write 220s. Like if you're getting $200 back, instead of saying I would need 20s, they write I need 10 20s. Like, it just makes no sense to me.
Maybe they're thinking they're making it easier. That's all I can think of. It does seem very confusing.
Yeah. Like you're doing the math in your head, but now I have to go back and do it the other way. Stop.
Please
And
stop.
these dumb bitches that don't know how to fucking use an ATM. Like, I'm sorry. If you're fucking 70 years old and you can't figure out how to use an ATM, I can't fucking help you. And don't come in here and yell at me because you're fucking stupid.
Are the people that
I'm so
still
sorry.
pay for gas with cash at the gas station? I had to laugh today because like we went to BJ's to put gas in my car. And I have never once seen anybody go up there to pay cash. There's one attendant, but I don't know. I've never even seen the attendant before. And like the one time I see him, he's helping some old lady scan her card at the thing because they can't figure that out. And then some other old lady walks up to the thing and she whips around, fucking shoots daggers at the attendant's eyes, crosses her arms, stomps her feet, and she yelled at him, "Are you coming? I have to pay." And I'm like, God, I just want to like slam on my gas and pin you to the wall. Like, fuck's wrong with you? You like literally just got up there. He made you wait 3 seconds before you fucking whipped around and like freaked. Ugh. Karens have long hair now. Just so you know, she didn't have the Karen cut.
Gross.
Just wanted to like, yeah.
Anyway, I'm just really losing
Going
patience.
to these places on weekends makes us bad people.
I'm so sick of the stupid people.
It's never gonna stop.
They don't have
you know
any
where
energy.
we live, right?
Don't have any energy for the stupid.
Maybe you need to start taking like magnesium
I do take
for like
magnesium.
calming. And it's not enough. Maybe you need to take more. I think you just need to inject it into your veins.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the stuff.
Yeah. But whatever. Yeah.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
No,
So
I think
what
I just need an interesting job.
No shortage of those. You know. What's the old saying? It's not a job if what's the saying? If it was fun, it wouldn't be a job. If it was fun, it wouldn't be called work.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
what it is.
That
Sorry.
makes sense.
Wow, Grandpa. I got there eventually.
Yeah. If I get one more email, it's like, oh, we have decided to go with a different candidate. I'm going to throw the computer away.
Then you have to buy another one.
It's my work computer.
Well, that's weird that you're doing applications on your work computer.
Pay me more.
Have you asked for a raise?
Yeah, actually, we're having like this career event, and so
Oh my God, are they
district
hiring
manager-
the new hires more than what you're
No.
making?
It's like
Sorry.
my district manager's like, oh, it's like an after work thing. It's like where everyone gets together. It's like a networking thing. And
Didn't you go to that last year?
yeah, my district manager's like, will you be there? I said, no, I have to work my other job.
And?
Like, God, you don't pay me enough to come to this fucking networking thing. I'm not going to come do that off the clock.
Which probably wouldn't even benefit you anyway.
No.
And they should pay you if they want you to go.
God.
What do you need to network for?
To like find mentors and like get it. Like, sorry, I have to work. You don't pay me enough to fucking. You guys make enough money where you can do that stuff after work. Mm-hmm. But like the real people who are actually working don't make enough money and we have to go work another job. Thanks.
Have you thought about applying at other banks?
Yes. I
okay.
apply at every fucking bank.
That's what all the applications coming back are. You'd think that they'd be like hurting for help right now. And maybe that's the one industry that's doing fine as far as turnover.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucked.
I just want a fun job.
Well, you know, someone once told me if it was work. Oh, I got it wrong again. I got it wrong again. Just forget it, okay? Forget it.
I think I'm going to be a stand-up comedian, actually.
You're not that funny.
I'm hilarious, first of all. Who do you
Burn,
think you are,
Tamara.
my husband?
Burn. I can't even picture him laughing. It makes my spine go cold.
He doesn't. Like, he finds nothing funny. He has no sense of humor.
He has no joy. He's just a
Did I tell
husk
you
of a
about
man.
the lobotomy thing?
Did you say live, laugh, lobotomy to him?
No, I was like, I came home and I was like, oh, I have a headache. I just want a lobotomy. And he's like, what is that? And I'm like, are you fucking serious?
Some people just don't know.
Well, he just doesn't know a lot of things.
There are a lot of things that he doesn't know.
And so I had to explain to him what a lobotomy was.
And then by the time you were done, it wasn't funny anymore.
And then he goes, well, why would you want that? And I'm like, it's a fucking joke. And he's like, well, that's not very funny. Like, I fucking hate you. And now I want a lobotomy even more. Actually, I want to lobotomize you and get the fuck out of my house.
I'm just going to put the pin against the wall and slam my head into it.
Seriously, don't you ever get those headaches where you're like, it would feel better if I stab myself in the head?
No.
Release this pressure.
I think that's a migraine.
Yeah.
I don't get migraines. Knock on wood. I mean, I haven't yet, but...
You know when you're like a headache girl or a tummy ache girl? I'm both.
I'm
both,
okay.
and it sucks.
I'm a tummy ache girl, for sure. All the time. Mm-hmm. I did start taking this new thing for my stomach. I hope it works. It tastes like chai. It's got licorice root and aloe and some other ingredients I can't pronounce. Hopefully it heals all the holes in my stomach that I've burnt with alcohol abuse.
I just have to have surgery and have my stomach opening resealed.
Ew. That's a thing?
Yeah, it's GERD.
GERD.
Yeah. where all your stomach acid just leaks out the top because your stomach sphincter is open.
Ew, don't say that word in this house.
Sphincter?
I'll throw you. I'll lobotomize you.
Okay.
Disgusting. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap.
Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle.
Ugh. It's more of a wiggle. Less of a jiggle.
Why would anybody want that?
They wouldn't. Ask Rosemary Kennedy.
Stupid.
What a twat. I can't imagine what it's like to live with him.
I just wish he would like laugh at something.
I bet if you made a sports joke, he would. Next time he's watching soccer and somebody falls and like grabs their knee, call him a little baby bitch and tell him to get up. Maybe, actually no. My husband would be like, due to a real injury, okay, they get hurt all the time. And I'm like, no, they're faking it all the time.
I guess I have to say it about the other team.
Yeah, maybe. I don't even know if he would laugh at that though.
No.
He'd just be like, yeah.
No.
I don't know. Make a joke about a stupid grocery store game. Like,
I can't offend him. He was like, look at this new update. Now I can paint the walls. I'm like, are you serious?
this hurts my soul. But you know what? If that's what brings him joy. God bless. God bless. I'll never understand it. All right. I did what I said I wouldn't do. And I whacked the table with my knee again.
Emma had her first sleepover last night. Guess what time she lasted till?
About an hour and a half in.
10:30.
And when did you drop her off?
I probably left at like 7:30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was she scared?
Yeah, she just didn't want to fall asleep. I knew it would happen.
Whose house did she go to?
Just one of her friends that like was in our same neighborhood.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, dude, I'm right down the street. You're fine.
Did you have to go pick her up?
Yeah.
That's kind of cute.
Yeah. But it was such a cute little birthday party. There was 4 girls there, but
And the rest of them stayed?
yeah.
Oh, Emily. You'll never live down the shame. You're always going to be the girl who left the party early.
Yeah. I mean, I was too, though.
So was my little brother.
So was Rich. And he
I
downloaded...
love sleepovers. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's light the world on fire.
Rich downloaded like Facebook Messenger so he could like talk to Emily while she was there on her tablet. And he's like, before you leave, make sure that you connect to the Wi-Fi so it works so we can get in touch with her. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Someone's
Someone's a helicopter parent.
I got bug bite, bro.
I can't help you. I stepped in an anthill before we came in.
Yeah, I almost did too.
They're everywhere. I don't know. I think it's the like heavy rain.
Remind me when I walk out there, it's like right where I open up my car door.
Well, the good thing is if you step on it quickly, they won't run up your leg.
I don't do anything quick.
That is true. I watched you jump that gate when you came into the room.
That was not a jump.
It was very slow, like you were saddling it. And then just the slow lift of the leg. Just make sure you don't fall over.
I had to lean my back on the door frame.
Take a break, take a breath, hum a little bit.
I get dizzy really easy.
That's because you get dizzy? I thought it was just because you're short.
That too. I feel like that gate is shorter than it was because I wasn't able...
You also just said you think the table is higher than it used to be.
It
I think
is.
you're shrinking.
I don't think so.
Okay. It's called osteoporosis, man. Happens to most little old ladies.
Yeah, that's me. Right?
Gertrude.
Mildred.
Mildred and Gertrude. Wait, what was your name? Didn't we have a name for you last time? Or was it just Tammy? I guess Tammy could be an old lady name.
All right, so
TT has a story for me. TT has a story for me.
that was so gorgeous.
Thanks.
It's actually
Is it a list?
It's a listicle.
I love a list.
Because, okay.
I guess.
What I did was creepy national park stories. What I was trying to do was just like aim it to like one creepy national park story. But I just
it's probably not enough to fill up an episode.
Well, I just couldn't decide. And there were so many things. Or I was like, oh, I'll just do like people that went missing. And then there was just...
That's too many.
I know.
Have you seen that documentary about all the missing people in parks?
Yeah. There's literally an entire podcast.
Oh my God, maybe I should listen to it. That sounds really cool. We'll circle back to that. There's a conspiracy theory that all the missing people in parks actually go, where they disappear links up with the cave systems.
Oh my God, this literally is my first case.
Break the microphone. Sorry. I just got so excited. Okie dokie.
Okay.
She's bringing it today.
Yeah. So my first story is Catherine Van Alst story.
Van Alst?
Yeah.
Okay.
A-L-S-T.
Okay.
In 1946, while camping with her family in Devil's Den State Park in western Arkansas.
Arkansas. If you're Tamara.
Arkansas. 8-year-old Catherine was wandering around the camp and playing in a creek with her brothers. Catherine became lost in the dense forest, and her family was unable to find her. This led to an extensive and detailed search where teams combed the forest for days with no sign of the girl, and the hope that she would be found alive dwindled. Like, there was no clues. Like, no idea where this girl went.
Did the dingo get her baby?
No, this was in Arkansas.
There's dingoes in Arkansas.
You're a dingo in Arkansas.
Oh, man.
In the 6th day of her search, a small voice responded to the search team's calls. Here I am.
Ew.
The voice called from a small cave the search team had found. Catherine was unharmed except for a few bug bites. This cave was 30 miles from the area her family had been camping in. 6 days, 8 years old.
30 days.
Miles.
Do you think it's possible for her to walk 30 miles in 6 days?
Well, listen to this. She had very little She had very little recollection of her time in the woods and can only tell the police she had been in the cave for 3 nights.
Oh my God. Listen, I know what happened. Wolf pack.
Aliens.
What? Or that.
Yeah.
But it's not the first time wolves have adopted babies.
Yeah.
Kids. I know she's 8. She's not a baby.
So if this was true, she would have traveled on foot the 30 miles in the first 3 days she had gone
10
missing.
miles a day.
For an 8-year-old? No.
No. No. No. Her legs are too small.
Yeah.
And she would... And let's not even talk about, like, the dehydration. Did she know to stop and drink water? You die in 3 days without water. How did she have time to...
Yeah.
That's suspicious, dude. I wonder if somebody, like, picked her up. Like
she was kidnapped.
Yeah. Ooh, and maybe that's why she doesn't remember anything, because she blacked it out.
Well.
Repressed memories.
She told everyone she ate some berries that she had found and drank water from inside the cave, but she wasn't there the whole time. Like, can you imagine an 8-year-old in the forest at night?
Oh my God.
No.
Imagine a 25-year-old in the forest at night.
No. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
She had also told the searchers she had slept in warm grass and woke up in the cave. And there was like no area where there was like a grassy area.
A grassy knoll.
This was like very, very dense forest.
Oh.
And she fell asleep on warm grass and woke up in the cave.
Warm grass. That's freaky, dude.
Yeah. Search teams were baffled because they had already searched the cave with their equipment and dogs.
That very cave?
Mm-hmm.
When did they search it, though? Was it before the 3 days?
I don't know, but I mean, still, it's fucking crazy.
And why would they search it? It's 30 miles away from where she went missing. Why would that even be on their radar?
They were searching when they found her. They were around the cave
Wow.
still. She came out.
That's wild. What? That's like a really far distance for them to even have that search radius.
Yeah.
30 miles.
That's like my house to your house.
Yeah. That's insane. And it's an 8-year-old. You'd think, oh, she's going to be around here within
I would be shocked
a mile
if she went 5.
Yeah. That's insane. I wonder if they got a tip off about like a potential kidnapper or something.
Yeah, it's insane. Also that she has like no recollection, but I guess that's good.
Yeah. And I hope she never has to relive those memories.
No, it was in
Unless she wants to.
1946, so.
Oh, so you're saying there probably wasn't therapy to help her work through those repressed memories?
Or, if it was going to happen, it already has.
Ah.
Yeah.
Because 80 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
See how quick I did that math?
Yeah.
Are you proud?
I'm not proud enough to check it.
I'm pretty sure it's right.
Okay. So my second case is a severed hand found in Yosemite National Park.
Ooh. Tell me about the wound. Was it smooth? Did it look like an animal chopped it off? Tell me all about it.
You have all the right questions.
Are the saw marks on the bone?
In 1980...
Hold on, pause.
Okay. That is rain.
Woo! Sorry, I really love the rain. I got way too excited.
I love when it rains at work.
I hate when it rains at work. I love when it rains here, though. It's very, cozy and relaxing. But when it rains at work, I feel like I'm missing out. I get FOMO.
Well, I work in that giant window, and then, no one comes in. So I just stare at the rain.
Oh, that would be
beautiful.
nice. That would be nice. When it rains at work, it just makes me want to go home.
We're in, the
So
middle.
I can
What
put
is
some
this,
thick knit socks on.
a tropical...
Tropical storm warning? Advisory?
Debbie? It's on the other
I was
coast.
just saying, a Debbie never hurt anyone. This is going to be fine.
Debbie could have given us a day off. Come on.
Yeah, we're not going to get that lucky.
No. Deborah. Oh, I just got an alert.
You could have tried harder, Debbie.
Heavy rain starting within 15 minutes.
I'm going to open this blind so I can watch it come down. Because I love it.
Yeah.
So relaxing. Did you see that Did you see we cut that tree down? On the branches?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we won't lose power in the event of a hurricane.
So many branches fell on my car today because of the wind. I wasn't at work today.
And it's we're not even getting it. So maybe this is a strong storm because these are barely feeder bands.
Yeah, the wind was crazy. That damn...
Yeah, it's been weird all day.
That tree over my driveway I hate it, number one, and it makes me so nervous because
it's
many
so
branches.
funny because you were so excited about that tree when you first... You're like, oh my god, we got a poinsettia tree! Oh my god!
Yeah, no. They are a fucking mess.
Stupid tree. Well, luckily our neighbor was out this morning and we heard a chainsaw going and we're like, what the fuck's going on? And he was cutting all of his trees back and we were like, let's go talk to him. And we were just like, it's your tree. And it was leaning on our power line so bad that it was it was going to come down. If it's not this week, then the next storm is going to bring it down and we're going to fucking be out of power. Yeah. And he was just like, oh yeah, I'll chop it down. And we were just like, oh, we got to go grocery shopping, but we'll be back in 20 minutes or, whatever, 30 minutes, whatever. And we'll help you, with the ladder or whatever. And he's like, all right, cool. We got back. He had everything already chopped down. We just had to move it over the fence. Matt wouldn't let me keep any of the wood for firewood. What a jerk.
That's scary. Chainsaw on a branch that's touching a power line.
I told him, I said, if you feel like it's going to be too dangerous, if you don't feel safe, if you feel like you might get shocked, please don't do it. We'll hire someone. We just wanted to see if he had the long saw. So, and he did. He's just like, I got you. I'm a contractor. I know how this goes. And I'm like, oh
sure.
my God, yeah. I mean, his house is like worth $1 million. So I'm sure he's a good contractor.
But that's what happened when my power went out for 6 hours, because there was a branch on the line and lightning hit the tree. And it took like 3 power lines down with it.
That's fucking scary. And like FPL, they have a little thing you can fill out on their app for like tree trimming services where like they have like certified people that can do it safely. And because it was a line that goes directly from our house to the pole, it's our responsibility. And I'm like, it's not even my tree.
Until your power comes out, and then they will have the arborist come and cut it.
Yeah, and then they'll have to fix it, and then they'll charge me a $15,000 bill for fixing the line.
Well, I certainly hope they didn't do that, because my poor neighbor had to have like a whole entire tree chopped down.
I would be interested because
also her yard has this like huge burn mark where the
where the
line
light
fell.
Really? That's so scary. Aren't they like wrapped in rubber or whatever?
I don't know.
Oh, that's so scary. These storms really freak me out because like the wind does shit.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to get stuck in a tornado yesterday. We were leaving a soccer game and like all the warnings went off on everyone's phones, and it poured so much, and the wind was whipping, and we were like running to the car and I was just like, we're going to get stuck in a tornado. It was so exciting.
You could have been a real life storm chaser.
What wasn't exciting is that the game was an hour and a half away, and then we had to sit in our wet clothes for an hour and a half in the car, and I thought I was going to go into hypothermic shock. I was like...
You didn't have seat heaters?
We did.
Heat seaters?
We did.
Seat heaters.
Seat heaters. But it only heats my butt. I guess I could have just like rolled around on it.
AC heating.
That is true. He likes it cold though.
Yeah, well, you know, you're the boss, Rel.
It was his car. Those are the rules in our family. We're driving whomever's car. It's my car, my radio. Your car, your AC, your radio, whatever.
Rules are meant to be broken.
I'm just respecting my husband's wishes.
What's that like?
It's like a prison that I've made for myself.
Where was I?
The severed hand that you're going to tell me all about the bones.
In 1983.
Can I ask a question first?
I probably don't have an answer. Sure.
Was there skin on the hand?
Yeah.
Cool.
In 1983, a family visiting Summit Meadow, a popular spot in Yosemite, made a gruesome discovery while hiking.
I always pronounce it Yosemite.
Yes. Well, that's how you have to spell it. So, in
right?
your brain,
It should be Yosemite.
Yeah. In this meadow, alongside a road, one of the children...
No, why is it always a child?
Because they're nosy.
Yeah, they're like, what's this? Put it down, Jimmy. Why do you have to touch everything?
Don't put that in your fucking mouth. I swear to God. I tell you one more time.
I just want to see what it tastes like.
You won't eat fucking chicken, but you have that in your mouth?
Just like random animal bone. Brats.
One of the children stumbled upon a human hand and forearm.
Oh my God. Were they attached?
Yeah, so it was like an arm, maybe
cool.
like a few inches down from the elbow. It was cut.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then he picked it up, waved at his mom, and said, "It's like the movie Wednesday."
He's like, "Hi, Mom."
Stupid Jimmy.
Fucking kids, man. Investigators that arrived to the scene determined that the hand had been frozen over the last winter and had now recently thawed with the spring weather.
Oh, how wonderful.
Yeah. A search for the remaining body parts turned up nothing until 5 years later, a partial skull was found nearby on the other side of the road along this popular area and determined to belong to the same person as the hand. A search of known missing people in the area and a plea to family members of missing people to come forward resulted in no leads as to who this could be until 2021.
Wow.
When familial DNA finally linked the Summit Meadow Jane Doe to the family of Patricia Hicks, who had been missing since...
Why does that name sound familiar?
Just a plain name, I feel like.
Oh.
She had been missing since 1982 when she boarded a bus from, I think it's pronounced Merced County, to
Maybe.
Yosemite.
Yosemite.
Yes, Yosemite.
Yosemite.
Patricia had been linked to a cult leader in Merced County who had used LSD to weaken and disorient victims.
What's the cult's name?
Merced cult, I think.
That's pretty lame.
Yeah.
Could have thought of something much cooler.
However, this cult seemed to have no links to Patricia's murder.
I don't believe that at all.
Yep, I know.
Oh my God, Tamara. New story idea.
So, serial killer, and it actually says serial liquor.
Wow, good job. Good job.
Serial killer Henry Lee Lucas
Oh,
confessed
fuck Henry Lee Lucas. He'll confess to everything.
confessed to the crime and revealed info about the crime scene that had not been released at the time. But the details were deemed circumstantial, so the murder remains technically unsolved. And he died in prison in 2001. Mm-hmm. So the details were that he had set up camp. So it was like years and years, probably like decades.
Yeah.
Since the camp had been there. But he told them exactly where his camp was and that he would still find remains, and that you could even dig and you'll find chicken bones, which they did. And
they did find chicken bones?
Yeah.
On the side of the road. That might be a weird thing.
Yeah. And
ew, I don't want him to be right.
I know. There was like details about her jewelry that he knew that had not been released. So who knows? But
we'll just never know because he was such a lying sack of shit. You can't trust anything he says.
Yeah.
Even if it was the truth.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was Patricia Hicks. Okay. So my third story is the Grand Canyon missing newlyweds.
I know. Oh, wait, missing.
You probably do know this one.
Maybe not. They both went missing?
Yeah.
I don't think I know this one then. I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah. Where one of them, someone was on their honeymoon and one of them did fall off the Grand Canyon.
Yes, go. Newlywed missing.
In 1928.
Also, you never did give me the deets about the bone.
What bone?
The bone from the last
story.
I'm
sorry. I didn't get any details.
I need the bone story. Okay.
Her jaw was missing from the skull.
So that's the partial skull?
Yeah.
They found the top half? Mm-hmm. Okay. I guess that's enough to hold me over.
It'll be all right. You have Google.
I sure do. I am going to remember that story.
In 1928, Glenn and Bessie Hyde attempted to paddle the Grand Canyon on their honeymoon. Also, I went to the Grand Canyon on my honeymoon.
Oh, yeah, you did. I forgot. I thought you just went to Vegas.
Yeah, and then we did a day trip.
Good. I didn't know there was water at the Grand Canyon to kayak in. Yes, I mean, like, did. I know it's like a Grand Canyon, like that was made by years of erosion, but I always thought it was like dry, like rocks at the bottom of the canyon. Mm-mm. So there's a river down there?
Yeah, the Colorado River and the Green River.
Wow. Okay.
That's what created the canyon. You know that, right?
I know, but I always thought the water just like dried up.
No, it's still going today. I like legit
thought it was just like desert down there.
It's still gonna... It's not desert. There's like trees and it's
I've never been to the Grand Canyon. Area. I just thought it was a bunch of rocks. And like a big old gash in the earth.
It was like, it's so big.
That's what she said.
That is what she said. Yep.
Sorry that I don't know things about canyons.
And Grand Canyon National Park is like one of the most dangerous parks.
Yeah, because they don't have fucking railings on any of the things.
Some of them, on some places they do.
That's where I would go. Because I get like really like vertigo if I like look down. I mean, like I could literally be standing 3 feet off the ground and be like, whoa, I'm going to lose my balance up here.
Yeah.
So like I would absolutely fall off the side of the cliff just by getting dizzy.
Like, I feel like we went to the Western Rim and there was a lot less guardrails. Like, there was a lot of guardrails in some places and then, like, none in others. But then I went to, like, the Southern Rim and it had a lot more, like I had my 7-year-old walking with me there and it was, like, fine.
That's scary.
So, yeah, I think I like the Southern Rim a little bit better, but...
I don't like the word rim. Could we maybe use a different word?
Edge? I don't know. That's
Edge is good.
Okay. Edging?
Why do you have to make everything sexual?
Okay.
It's the reason I don't like the word rim.
Anyway, we're talking about this newlywed couple.
I'm so sorry. I'll stop interrupting.
So Glenn had built the boat they were using, and they were attempting a speed record through the canyon that would have also made Bessie the first woman to attempt it.
Oh.
So, like, there are, like, some areas where they're very, very tough rapids, like whitewater rafting.
Oh.
And they were really into it. They were really experienced rafters, but this was in the 20s, like way before they had those like big giant rubber boats, you know. So the hides were last seen on November 18th. Search parties did not find their boat until a month later on December 19th. The boat was in perfect condition with all of their supplies fully intact, including Bessie's diary, with no damage. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Search parties scoured the canyon for their bodies with no success. But let's just remember how fucking huge the Grand Canyon is.
Yeah. They wouldn't call it grand if it was small.
Like in the one spot that you're standing in, it's so large you can't imagine it. But also there's like hundreds of miles. So like...
You're just a little ant.
Yeah. It's crazy how huge it is. The main theory is that they were thrown from their boat in the rough water and the boat continued downstream without them. But many people point out the fact that they were very experienced rafters.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, shit can happen.
Yeah.
Even to experienced people.
Yeah. A very popular theory has emerged that Bessie murdered her new husband somewhere deep in the canyons. There is a statement from another rafter at the time who says he encountered the couple and noted how Bessie had remarked she was apprehensive to continue their journey. The other rafter, his name is Emery Kolb.
Emery.
He left the couple after their very brief encounter and continued his trip. So they were not continuing down at that point in time. They were like hesitant.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you going to do? You're already, up a creek. So
literally.
A few women have claimed to be Bessie and that they had murdered Glenn during a fight and decided to live a secret life ever since. Why?
A few women have claimed this? Okay.
Like, why? Hey, I murdered someone.
I would love to go to prison. Hear my story.
Mm-hmm.
Did anything happen to them?
They were never found. They're still missing. The best theory was about a pioneering river runner named Georgie Clark. She was the first woman to own a commercial rafting business in the Grand Canyon. After Georgie Clark died in 1992, Bessie and Glenn's marriage license were found at her home. And like, for me, like, that's just enough proof. Like, why would you have these random people's marriage license?
What benefit? How would that benefit her though?
So what they say is like she got in a fight with her husband.
Yeah.
And killed him.
Okay.
Stashed his body somewhere in the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
And then started this business. So,
that doesn't make sense.
I know.
I think they just died.
After Clark died, I already read that. They also found Bessie DeRoss's birth certificate.
Where was that at?
In her home.
Oh, okay.
In Georgie Clark's home. Researchers found that Bessie had changed her name to Georgie, but I was unclear how she got Clark. I think it was a married name because she was married a few times. Anyway, for some unknown reason, historians have discounted the idea due to, quote, not having enough information. Right. But, like, if this random woman who ran a business of rafting in the Grand Canyon.
The documents.
Like, you have these people's marriage license and you also have the birth certificate.
Also, if you killed your husband, why keep the marriage license? It obviously didn't mean that fucking much to you.
Tax purposes.
Oh, yeah, because, you know, the changed identity would, you know, mess with your taxes.
Yeah. So, who knows? I think that was her.
That's really weird. Yeah, how else would you get those documents?
Like, why?
That's the question, Tamara.
I know. Story 4, I think.
Yes, you're on 4. Okay. I didn't know I was supposed to be counting them.
Is the Lost City in Everglades National Park.
That's in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lost city?
Mm-hmm.
Is it like Atlantis?
I think we have more than one lost city.
What's the other one?
I don't know.
The Bahamas Atlantis thing doesn't count.
No. Okay.
We do have a lost city. Rose something. Is that in Florida?
It was something with like the springs up in like Lakeland, Florida. I remember I was reading about it. I could not tell you any single details though.
The one I'm thinking about happened like the town got destroyed because of like race wars. I can't remember what it's called. Rose something. And I want to say it's on the west coast of Florida, but I could totally be wrong.
They're definitely like ghost towns.
Well, this Florida is no longer a ghost town. It got like renamed, but like nobody knew its jock history. I could totally be wrong about it even being in Florida.
No, there is. I remember watching some guy on TikTok who was like touring. It was completely abandoned, and it was something to do with like race. They were like
a riot or something.
Yeah, like pushed out of town. Okay. So the Everglades, I'm gonna have to do a whole episode on the Everglades because like
there's so many missing people because that's where you go to feed alligators. People.
Murder stories, supernatural, ghost stories, mob connections, missing planes.
Ew, I don't like that at all. Yeah,
the list just goes on.
It just gave me like chills.
But I'm going to talk about a 3-acre island in a remote section of the park. But like the whole park's remote, so yeah.
Isn't it like around Miami?
Yeah.
It's just weird to me.
It is. It's scary. Okay.
Never been.
This island is known as the Lost City. It had reportedly at times throughout history said to have been a Seminole settlement, so like this Seminole Native American tribe, a Confederate soldier hideout, and also a moonshine operation.
Ah, a lot of those in Florida, I'm realizing.
This island does not appear on any official printed maps or have any roads or trails leading to it.
What about Google Earth? I bet I could find it.
However, it is registered as an archaeological site by the state of Florida due to the uncovered ruins of wooden shacks, canoes, native artifacts, and, quote, cooking utensils, a.k.a. the type of thing used for distilling moonshine out of sugarcane.
Yeah. Are there sugarcane in the I can't talk. In the Everglades?
Yes.
In the Amazon?
Some of the artifacts that have been found were determined to be hundreds of years old from Native Americans, and historians' theories are that the tribes killed Confederate soldiers who were hiding out on the island after stealing Union gold.
Jeez. I bet that place is haunted as fuck.
Yeah. I feel like all of that was terrifying.
Probably.
Some artifacts only date back to Prohibition, which lead to the legend of Al Capone, who owned a speakeasy in a neighboring town during this time. It seems that all these theories could be true, but like Cannot imagine the mosquitoes.
Oh my God. That's the thing. Is like, why would you want to be there?
Like, it's a no for me.
But like at the same time, that makes it the perfect hideout. Because no person in their right mind is going to just like stumble into your camp.
Like, I love reading about Florida's history, and it's like just so beautiful and tropical and diverse, and like you just have like everything. But also, like, why were people even here? Like, you had fire and Alaska. So
what?
why here? You know?
It's just where they happened to land, and then they were like, oh my God, a coconut. I'm going to stay here. I just drink coconuts all day.
Like, I had one mosquito in my house last night that I was trying to get for 30
meltdown?
minutes.
Yeah.
Like, how
They
did it
keep
still bite
spraying
me?
around my house, and it's freaking me out. I didn't
I
ask
wish
for
they'd
that.
spray more around my house.
They sprayed twice in the last 2 weeks. And I'm like, that's too much poison. Yeah. You're going to kill good things. You're going to kill all the squirrels. The little lizards.
I throw those mosquito dunks in our canals.
Why? Actually, fuck the mosquitoes. Is that safe for other things, though?
It says on there they even use it in like farms to put in like where the animals are going to be drinking out of, like the big like ponds where like cattle graze around, and like,
it was,
you can even put it
for
in like
animals and stuff. That's cool.
like their drinking troughs, and it's supposed to be good like okay for the fish. It's not supposed to affect them. It's just supposed to like make it to where like the larvae cannot
they can't form.
grow, like they stop in the larvae. They don't go any further.
I have a bin out back that I keep. Like, I have this one plant that will only thrive if it's like submerged in water. Like, the soil always has to be wet. So I've got this one barrel that never drains. It's just standing water. And I'm like, God, this is a bad idea. Like, I'm going to get mosquitoes. And then I thought about putting some dunks in there. But then I was like, what if like one day I want to like put other plants in that water? Is it going to kill my plants? I don't
think
know.
So. I think it's fine. I don't know. I'm
going
not
to Google
a scientist.
Neither of us pretend to be.
Okay. So my last story is missing tourist in Death Valley National Park. All of these parks have like crazy names. Okay.
I like Yosemite the best. But like why would you go somewhere named Death Valley? That's on you, friend. You made that choice.
Death? Yeah.
Sounds relaxing.
This inhospitable place. I cannot say that. I don't know why I put it in there if I have such a hard time saying that fucking word. This inhospitable place earns its name by being the hottest place on planet Earth.
Again, why would you want to go there?
Like such a relaxing vacation.
Do people like that?
Yeah. It is home to the world record highest recorded temperature of 134 degrees at Furnace Creek on July 10th in 1913.
Do you like to boil your skin off? Take a dip in Furnace Creek.
Right?
It reminds me of that scene in that one Dante's Peak movie.
Where, I was just thinking of Dante's Peak.
Where they're in that spring and then the water starts boiling and they're like, ah!
I gotta watch that again.
It holds up. I don't know. I haven't actually rewatched it. But you know what does hold up? Twister.
I was just gonna say Twister.
Did you just rewatch it too?
No, but I've been wanting to, and I saw it was on like one of my lists, and I'm like, oh yeah.
We saw it, and we're just like, well, we're gonna go see the second one. We might as well rewatch the first.
Okay. So average rainfall per year is only around 2 inches, and when any rain does come, this
just immediately boils up. Probably
the valley is actually prone to flash floods because the ground's not made to absorb water.
Oh, it's hydrophobic.
Yeah. One of the scariest mysteries out of this park is of 4 German tourists who disappeared in July 1996.
Why would you go to the hottest place on Earth in the summertime.
I wouldn't even go to that part of like
The world.
at this time.
Is that California?
Yeah, Death Valley is in
Okay.
California, but like
Redonkulous.
anywhere in like the Southwest, you won't catch me there.
No.
April is like my cutoff. Not doing it past April.
I wouldn't do it past January.
I was in San Francisco in July once, and the nighttime temperature was in the 30s. It was so nice.
Oh.
So we can go there.
That sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry.
Okay. 34-year-old Egbert Rimkus.
Oh my God. Sorry.
Did you like that name?
Egbert?
Egbert Rimkus. His 11-year-old son, 27-year-old Cornelia Meyer, and her 4-year-old son were on a trip exploring California. They had rented a minivan and entered Death Valley on July 22nd. Obviously the hottest time of the year.
Wild. I just can't believe people just willingly choose that.
I know. But this place is very common place for tourists. Like, people go there for some reason. Not me and you, I guess.
Nope. I got enough heat here.
The group never made it out of the park and never made it to their flight home that was scheduled for July 27th. When they did not return, Egbert's ex-wife in Germany reported them missing.
Oh, that's a good ex-wife. Very responsible of her.
Well, I mean, it was her son, so.
Oh, yeah. If it was just him, she'd be like, good riddance.
Thank God. It worked. The car rental company, who was obviously looking for their van, harder than anyone was looking for the missing tourist.
Right? Yeah.
In my opinion. Allegedly. They turned up an Interpol alert for them.
Okay.
So, like, I couldn't find, like, really any information about the search for these people.
Wow.
Until later. So, in October of the same year, a park ranger was doing a flyover search of the southern part of the park on a mission to find hidden drug labs.
Okay. Yeah. It seems
Like
too
Breaking
hot
Bad.
to do it there. Yeah, that's true. He did fuck around in the desert and found out.
This ranger spotted a van in Anvil Canyon, which is a federal protected wilderness area that should not have any unauthorized vehicles and does not have any active roads. In
How did
fact,
it get there?
the only vehicles that would be able to travel in this type of wilderness are utility vehicles with four-wheel drive or all-terrain sport vehicles like four-wheelers. Certainly not a Dodge Caravan minivan soccer mom.
I mean, does that car not have four-wheel drive?
No.
Oh.
The van was stuck in the sand, the doors were locked, and 3 of the tires were flat. So they just made it as far as they could, and the van was just like, I'm dead.
It sounds like the van was dropped from the sky.
There's this one picture where it like shows where it kind of like came from, like
Oh, you can see the tire tracks or whatever?
well, it's like, it's not a road, it's just the woods behind it. I don't know.
But you said there was sand.
It was stuck in sand. It was in
Were there
valley.
tire tracks in the sand?
I don't know. It was a black and white picture from a long time ago.
What year was this?
1996.
Black and white picture.
I don't know why it was black. Probably from a newspaper.
Sorry.
Probably just for the drama.
Yeah, probably from the news. This makes everything so much more serious.
Investigators believe that the group became lost when they realized their vehicle would not be able to cross the Mingle Pass, and they rerouted their journey. A search team of over 250 people...
Were they not in the van?
No. The van was locked, and like
God.
their stuff was inside the van.
Okay.
A search team of over 250 people were called in to find any clues as what to happen to the lost tourists. Again, and this is in October, so they're just looking for bodies.
Yeah.
They seemed to have vanished without a trace, leaving no trail or clues as to where they could have gone after leaving their van. And they left a lot of their possessions in the van, which was just puzzling to everyone.
Yeah.
Theories were that the group had met foul play after stumbling across illegal drug operations,
den.
which was common in the area. Or less common ideas, like the group had staged their disappearance to start a new life.
That's weird.
Or
Why would you do that with your kids?
Like, why would you do that in that way? Like,
Well, like, can you imagine trying to get a kid to, like, respond to a different name?
Right.
Like, you're going to just change this child's identity? Please. Michael, look over here. Michael.
Your name is Michael,
Michael. Ray.
Or that they had witnessed something they shouldn't have at a nearby military base. But these theories were unfounded speculation, and the most obvious conclusion was that the group got lost in the desert and died of heat stroke.
Well, where are the bodies?
But people were still hung up on the fact that 4 people, including 2 children, could disappear, leaving no trace.
No bodies. You'd find bones or something.
Or like, you know, just like...
And it's not like there's a fucking shitload of shrubs around. I mean, like, it's just like hard-ass ground.
Like, imagine a 4-year-old. Like, they're going to leave traces.
Yeah.
They're annoyed.
Shitting everywhere and crying.
Dropping stuff,
throwing their
eating
toys.
things.
It's probably what did it. He ate something he shouldn't have. Slowed everyone down. Then they all died.
So 13 years later... Why did that sound weird? 13 years later, 2 hikers and search and rescue volunteers
Did they find them?
who had known about the case of the missing people located the remains of the 2 adults in a romantic...
I thought you were going to say in a romantic embrace. And I was like, that is one way to go.
Could you imagine doing that in the desert? Get the fuck off me.
Yeah, too sweaty.
I'm dying here. What was I saying? Okay.
In a romantic embrace.
Yeah, so the 2 hikers located the remains of the 2 adults in a remote and very rugged portion of the park, close to China Lake Military Facility, 8 miles from where their van had been abandoned.
They fucking made it 8 miles in the goddamn desert.
Yeah.
I'm like literally walk from my car to my front door and I'm just like, I almost didn't make it.
Yeah, and I'm going to
too
complain
hot.
for the next 10 minutes
Yeah.
about it.
Just 10 minutes. Sometimes I complain about it all day into the next day. It's gotta stop. Global warming has gotta stop.
Subsequent searches turned up more bones, but there was not enough DNA to connect these remains to the 2 children. But everyone just like assumes that that's them.
Wait, I thought you just said they only found the adults.
They did. They found the 2 searchers. They were hikers.
Yeah.
They had like known about the case, so they wanted to go out and look, and they did end up finding the 2 adults' remains.
Okay.
So after that was determined, there was more search, more investigation going
and then
on.
they found 2 more.
They found more bones.
Oh.
They just didn't have enough DNA to link them to the children. They were able to link the adult bones.
I wonder if they could look at like the bone length to determine like the age of the child at the very least.
Anywho, that's my short list of just a few of the hundreds of mysterious
How about
stories.
Hundreds of thousands.
Right, involving the national parks. And that's just in America.
Yeah.
So I could have gone on forever. So expect some deep dives from me about this because I just really love mysteries.
Yeah. Yeah. We talked about this in the last episode.
Yeah.
We're both just like, we like mysteries. No, yeah, I'm so down to learn all about that.
Yeah.
And that whole cave system thing is like legit. If you look at the map of like where people went missing, it perfectly aligns with the network of cave systems. And it's like, are they becoming like troglodytes? What are those called? People that live underground? That's not the right word.
I don't think so.
I think I'm thinking of trogs from the show Disenchanted on Netflix.
Yeah, there's National Park After Dark, Park Predators. Those are just 2 of the podcasts that do National
Park
Parks.
After Dark.
National Parks After Dark.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to take a peeky peek.
So that was super interesting.
You had me nervous when you said you had a list, but that was good.
Thank you.
Really captured my ADHD attention.
I know. I just couldn't. Like, I wanted to just do people that went missing but then were found alive. But it was just...
It's very hard to do.
Yeah, it was hard to, like, just
That's
narrow
a weird
down on
thing to
one
Google.
But there are. I mean, like, there are, like, that Riker kid that we've talked about. And then the first story, that's what happened. And there's some other stories about kids that just, they disappear and then they're found and they're, like, fine.
They're fucking wolf kids. Like scary stories to tell in the dark.
Yeah. The feral that is terrifying.
Yeah. That's what happens. Mama.
Oh. All right. Well, how do we end this?
Thank you for listening.
Oh, yeah. Rate, review, subscribe. Tell somebody about our podcast. Download it on your mom's phone. Because she doesn't know how to use podcasts.
She doesn't know what they are.
No. Yeah. Send your scary, creepy, crazy, interesting stories to
fearfulfriendspodcast@gmail.com.
Bye, friends.
Bye.